Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me for this new mission of my campaign Spectre Operation Tarkov. In the previous mission, the search mission, we were looking at a military camp in the woods area that was supposed to be a place where the Bear PMC faction was staying before extracting the area, because we are still looking for a missing scientist and the secure container that the PMC team stole. So we are still looking for that. Unfortunately, the camp was empty, but still a lot of bear was patrolling in the area, and we lost one man in that last mission. In the meantime, we received some new intel from our command unit, Vulture. So let's check what we can do now in that next mission. So mission number 7, the chemist. Introduction. Vulture gave you more info. The SCAV signal was emitted from a small village near the shoreline, because at the end, actually midway through last mission, we heard on the radio that a group of SCAV seems to have captured a Terra Group scientist, and they are trying to sell them for a certain amount of money. So apparently our command unit managed to pinpoint where is the signal emitting from. They seem to have an hideout there to prepare for a strong resistance. In that call, a SCAV boss was mentioning that he captured one of the Terra Group scientists and that he was asking for a ransom to set him free. But there is no proof that he is still alive, or there is actually a real scientist there. The SCAVs were giving 2 days to the people they were talking to. You are not sure to who on the opposite side of that phone call, though, and that concerns Vulture, our command unit. But if there is a Terra Group scientist alive, the mission is to find him and bring him to safety. So for the objective is to find and secure the scientist. The location is in an old village. We need to place three objective tokens in 3 rooms in a building in the middle of the board. 2 are false objective, 1 will be the real one. These are the 3 potential objective locations where they might detain the scientist. Place 1 SCAV guarding the door of each of the 3 locations. Once in a line of sight with the real objective, read the next page. For the enemy force deck, like always, we'll have 2 enemy level cards, or only 1 level 3 this time. This card will act as the enemy boss and his crew. He have the same stat as a level 3, and his crew have the stats as Raider SCAV. So at this mission, apparently we won't be encountering some PMC, so that's great in a sense. Another while we'll have some SCAV, some Raider SCAV, and some empty cards. And I'm going to read the next page only when I have a line of sight on the objective token. So that's it for the setup. Now let's actually go over to the board, have a look at the board setup, and go to the traders before going into that next mission. So this is the board we are going to play on today. I think I'm going to place actually more 2 tokens, maybe one of that building and one on this one, and I might also remove that entry point because it's just too close to that first house. But yeah, I will still need to define a few things on the board. But this is the small village where we have some SCAV hiding and have make a prisoner, a scientist prisoners. So now that's our team. As you can see here, we are starting to be a bit low on people. We only have 4 remaining guys, so now that's not very cool. Something that I could do is recruit some either SCAV or Raider SCAV. To do that, I will need to pay them for each mission they will do. It's not just I buy them and they follow me. It's they are basically selling their body, their arms, their weapons. So at each time I will go into mission, I will need to pay them. The thing is, I don't have some random card like this for the SCAV yet. So yeah, I might be doing that. I'm not sure yet. But for now, what I want to do is just have a look at the gear Jaeger and Ragman have. I'm pretty good on gear, except Roach in the last mission destroy completely his Ana Tactical. So first I'm going to have a look at Ragman. So 3 cards from Ragman and 3 cards from Jaeger, because that's the the good quality trader. So what do we have? We have okay, so we have the Lone Star TX. It doesn't have the rapid fire, it's not silenced, not taking that. UMP, not silenced, not taking that. And that M1A, also not silenced, so also not taking that. Here I have that body armor and vest. Here I could buy one of the new body armor. I might do that. I might buy that. I will need to check first if yes, I found a chest rig in the last mission. Oh, actually I found also a body armor, so never mind. I'm not going to buy anything from the traders today. I'm going to have a look at what we found in the last mission. I'm going to empty the pockets of everyone. I'm going to reattribute a bit the cards, so be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, so quick update. So first here I have the food I'm going to eat to send the team into the mission. So those two items can feed 2 soldiers, so I can send the 4 of them. Here I have a few cards that I don't need, so I'm going to sell all of that. I'm going also to sell that chest rig, that headset. Here Roach is now equipped with the new body armor and with the chest rig. Also, in terms of weapon, here Scarecrow is supposed to be equipped with an MP7. I still didn't find one, but in the meantime, I will equip him with that TDE Chris Vector. Archer here is still equipped with that Remington. Roach here is still equipped with that Ash 12 as a secondary, but as a primary, he have that new MP5. I just wanted to give him that weapon because he is actually having an MP5 in his hands. Next we have Ozone here. Ozone should be equipped with an AK-74U, and the thing is, I have one that could be cool. I have actually also that one that is even closer, but those two doesn't have any silencer. And even though I think it's cool, I think having a silencer will be better. So right now I just give him that HK 460. So that's why I'm going to sell all of that. This is discarded. One thing also, in case you remember, we have quite a lot of money. We have, let's say, around $200. The thing is, what I'm going to change in the rule is that when you sell cards to a trader, you sell for half the price in the campaign, not in the standard scav run solo mission, but in the campaign, because here I am having way too much money. So what I'm going to do here, instead of right now I have around 200, I'm just going to divide that by 2. That means I have around $100, which make a bit more sense, which is not too much overpowered. So I'm going to sell all of that. These are some cool weapons that I still have. Unfortunately, we lost some really great one that was on Crab in the last mission. I don't remember exactly which one, but I know we lost a cool CM6, and we had it's the only RPK, like light machine gun. We lost it. So yeah, I'm going for now to keep those weapons just on my side in case I want to recruit someone else in that next mission. So let's place that on the side. I'm going to sell all of that, and yeah, just make the math. Okay, so I sell everything. I've kept some cards at my base that I've placed over here. Now I am actually ready to start that next mission. The only thing I'm going to do is just attribute the magazine inside all the weapons, and we are ready to start that next mission. Alright, everyone have some ammo loaded in the magazine. I've placed 2 tokens, one in that building, one in that building. It's just a basic triangle. In one of them there is the O letter for objective, the other one is empty. So we can get started into that next mission. Let's check where we are going to be deploying our team. Just need to find a new location for that entry point here. So I just place it in that corner. So the first thing I'm going to do is check where I'm going to be deploy my team. So on the 4, the team will be deployed over here. And now let's check the extraction point. Okay, so they deploy and they come back on the same area. Okay, so let's deploy the team. Let's also place all the enemy placement token. I forget to do that. I'm just going to avoid placing one in line of sight of here and in that area. The team has just been deployed and we are now ready to start the first turn. So here I've placed the placement token. We have one here, we have one there, one here, and some other all around. So the first thing I'm going to do is just do a tactical move my team only 4 inches based on their agility stat, and yeah, just move them closer to, well, my goal is to investigate those 2 houses. So my trying to think on what I will do. I will just, yeah, move toward here, cross the street here, enter the house, and if it's not there, move here, go in between the tree line here and investigate that second house. So that's the plan. So let's jump onto my movement phase. So here I just move my team. There is a military crate here just beneath those 2 planks that I'm going to loot. But first let's have a look at the enemy movement. Going to start by that token here. So it is moving 2 inches in that direction. So 2 inches will bring him over here. Still not inside from my team, so that's great. This one, actually what I'm going to do also is just make sure that that's the direction the token is facing. So if I'm sneaking past behind them, they won't be able to see me. That one. Moving 3 inches toward the car and following the car will bring them over here. Now this one here. So 4 inches in that direction. So it's just, yeah, going on the back of the house. We have one here. 5 inches towards the back of the house, and I'm going to do this one, not moving, facing that direction, and the one in the field moving 4 inches in that direction. So yeah, I'm going to do the rest off screen. So I move all the placement token. I'm going to check what we have in this military box here. So it's a police or military location. Going to roll 2 dice. Double 5, which is 1 card from fence. Okay, so just a grenade. Nothing super crazy. Well, a flash grenade, so that's cool, and it's for Archer here. So that's it for this turn. We jump onto the next turn. Next turn we start with a Fog of War card. Let's take this dice, and where is the other? Yeah. So the first Fog of War card is on a 6. Oh, a 6, so already a Fog of War card. Clear, no Fog of War, nothing happening this turn. So we jump onto the movement phase for my team. So yeah, I will pause the camera, just try to find the best way to move my team, and I will show you that just after. End of my movement. I just want to discover what's here, because if I just walk past that one in my way back to the extraction point, this one will still bother me, so I want to get rid of what's here as soon as possible. So we have 3 guys looking at him. We have 1 here, 2 here, so those 2 did a tactical move, and those 2 as well. 1 is looking at the token and 1 is just checking the rear.
So now we have line of sight, so we can right away unveil what's here, and it's an enemy level 1. So what is the enemy? It's a tree. A tree means 2 scavs. So 2 scavs, going to pick 2 scavs in the box. So what do we have today? We have that guy with maybe an Ace Val or an AKSU, not sure. And we have that one with just a basic pistol. So they are, both of them are looking in the direction they were walking. Let's say that on a 5-6, that one here see the 2 guys here. So there is 2 guys to spot. Oh no, so they don't see me, so they will still move following the standard movement. So they are not moving, but they are looking more on the right, so they don't even see me, which is great. So now I'm going to move all the other soldiers. I'm just going to remove that token. I'm going to move all the other tokens, starting with this one here. Moving 2 inches, 2 inches in the back of the car. Okay, so 2 inches is not really far. Well, Okay, so if this... That should bring that token right there. So is it enough for the token to see me or for me to see the token here? Okay, so yeah, let's say that I have line of sight on that token. So let's right away unveil what we have on that token. Okay, it's clear, so nothing on that token. Don't need to be worried about this one. So the other one are pretty far, so I'm going to pause the camera to move all the other placement tokens. So all the placement token have moved. Now let's jump onto the combat phase. So the first thing I'm going to do is first here, Scarecrow will fire at the first enemy on the back. Scarecrow is here. He have the newly acquired TDI Chris Vector. So he will try to do an automatic fire, so 3 shots, 2 bullets remaining in the chamber, in the magazine. So it's 3 shots at -2. 4, 5, and 1. He have a grip, so he can reroll 1 die when doing an automatic fire, so we'll reroll the 1. Okay, perfect. So 2, 5, and a 4, -2, but +3 because of compact, red dot, and laser. That's a total of +1. So here we have 2, 6, and a 5. He have a shooting stat of 4. +6, that's a 10. The enemy can't actually beat that. Even on a 6, the enemy have a defense of 2. Even on a 6, that will be a total of 8. The enemy don't have any cover, so that enemy is actually killed right away. So now we check the second enemy. The second enemy, who will fire at him? I will have actually Archer fire first with his Remington ASS, sorry for the pronunciation. So we'll do a standard fire. 4. You have the long arm rule, so -1 to hit. Red dot plus laser sight +2. So that's a total of +1. Yeah, total of +1. So 4 + 1, that's a 5. You have a shooting stat of 6. So that's automatically an hit. Same thing here, even with on a 6, that enemy, the scav, can't beat that. So let's check lethality now. Lethal on a 3+, it's a 6. So this enemy is killed right away. So that's it for now. Here we have actually an enemy placement token that could see what is happening over here. So let's check the range. So the dead body are at 14 inches. So let's check the detection table. 14 is that they are militia. They detect on a 6. So let's roll 2 6, and if let's roll 2 dice, a 1 and a 2. So yeah, definitely nothing to see. Nothing has been seen here. So that's it for now. I've moved the enemy. Combat phase is done. We jump onto the next turn. Next turn, I've moved all the ammunition. Yes, next turn, we have a new Fog of War card on a 6. Again! Oh, that's crazy. Okay, so new Fog of War, 2 Fog of War, 2 times on a 6 in a row. Okay, a malfunction. During the combat phase of this turn, select randomly one of your models. This model can't fire his primary weapon. Okay. We'll see if that happened this turn, because right now I don't see any enemy, so not sure if there will be a gunfight this turn. But anyway, jumping onto the movement phase. Let's pause the camera and let's move my team. Okay, so I move my team over here. They have line of sight on this token. So let's check what we have here. Clear again, so nothing here. Just as to remember, if I draw a level 3 card, this will be the Scav boss and his crew of 2 soldiers. So yeah, just something to worry about if we encounter him. So that's it for this one. I'm going to move all the other placement token next. No other movement for the enemy close to me, so we can jump onto the next turn. That card is cancelled, nothing, no malfunction this turn. So back, Fog of War card on a 6, a 3, no Fog of War card this turn. So we jump onto the movement phase. So I'm going to move towards the house. So I'm going to have that point main going first here, followed by Scarecrow. And the rest of the team here will just follow. One will arrive here, looking maybe on the left. One will arrive here, maybe looking on the right. Just securing all angles. It feels weird to have just a 4-man team, really. Not sure if I should recruit some Scav or some Raider Scav to fight with me. That could be great, but yeah, right now I only have those 4 contractors. So that's it for this turn. That's it for my movement. Let's check the enemy movement. So we have 1 token over here. So it is moving 3 inches towards the wall, and it will just stop here. Next, what can be seen? Maybe the one behind that tree here, that one. So he's looking actually in my direction. So maybe he saw something between the trees. So let's say that on 6, that token see one of my guy. There is 2 guys, so he doesn't see my guy. So that's it for now. I'm going to pause the camera and move the other placement token. End of the movement for the enemy. We jump on to the next turn. Next turn we have Fog of War card on a 5, a 3, no Fog of War. So I'm jumping onto the movement for my team, pausing the camera for that. Actually, something that I didn't check is that here I have actually line of sight on the objective here through the door. So I'm going to unveil the objective. Oh, and it's actually the objective. So we have... Okay, so I need to rewind a bit because I forget a couple of things. So first, there should be 1 guard in front of each house. So let's pick 1 guard. He should be here, so let's say he was on the right side, so that's why I didn't saw him yet. Same thing for that. Oh, that's a shame because that means we won't be able to see the interior of this house, but yeah, maybe in the next game. So yeah, I was just next to that barrier, I can barely see through the interior here. So I saw the objective. I saw that our scientist that we were supposed to save, that mission is located over here. So let's actually take down that miniature and place him inside, and he will be guarded by 2 other scavs. Okay, so this is our objective. That's the scientist we are here to save, guarded by 2 scavs plus 1 at the entrance. And also at the entrance, we have that token over here. So yeah, not sure how I'm going to handle that. But yeah, let me jump onto the movement phase now. So I just check the range, and if I want archer, so if I want basically my 2 guys here to be in the gunfight, they will be standing over here. That means I can't just leave the first 2 in the entrance here. Not sure where to place them, but I also, one thing I wanted to do is just start and enter with my team over here. So they start cleaning a bit the space. I wanted to have Scarecrow here throw in a flashbang. The thing is, like it's a very close quarter, I might be stunned by that flashbang too. So I just won't throw the flashbang. Yeah, I think I'm just going to yeah, just like Scarecrow here will move towards the enemy, or maybe we'll move towards the right here, so we can have Ozone here, move here, and Archer be also in the gunfight a bit. Very tight, very, very tight. So yeah, let's say that is my movement. So the enemy just see me appearing. So first thing, let's unveil what we have here, and let's hope it's actually clear. No, of course. So that means that's the scav boss and his crew that I actually just ended up finishing painting just yesterday. So that's the scav bosses and his crew. So here, that's the staff boss. His name is Reshala, and here we have 2 of his boys with him guarding him. And that would make totally sense. They were all guarding that scientist from Terra Group. So yeah, I'm not going to move the enemy. Let's say they are just surprised by the team jumping in front of them, so they will be just firing all at each other basically. So yeah, we have just that guy here that is turning to face more the enemy. And for the 2 scav inside, we'll see that just after. But first, let's do actually the shooting in that area, because there will be a lot of shooting. So first, of course, here, Scarecrow will use his newly acquired TD Chris Vector here that he reloaded last turn. So TD Chris Vector, he will do same thing, automatic, so 3 shots, 2 bullets remaining. Yes, let's do that. For 2 and 2. With the grip he can reroll once, so 5, 4 and 2. So -2 because of the automatic fire, but plus 3, that's a total of +1. So here we have a 6, a 5 and a 3. Let's roll for the defense. You have a shooting stat of 4, so the 6 plus the 4, that's a total of 10. The enemy can't beat that. The second one is a 4 and a 5, 6, 9. The enemy also can't beat that. Even on a 6, I have a 8, and he's actually firing at Reshala over here. And actually one thing is that Reshala is using the PMC stat, but same thing, he have the same defense of 2. so he can't do anything actually. I'm just spraying with my SMG. Let's actually just check if the third bullet touch him, so a 4, shooting stat of 4 plus a 3. That's a 7. Checking defense. Oh, actually the last bullet doesn't touch him, but the first 2 bullet touch him. Just for fun, checking lethality. Lethality of a 5 plus. First bullet is lethal. The second bullet is also lethal. So okay. So the Scav boss didn't last long. Unlike the video game, Reshala is killed right away. So now I have this one here. Roach will fire at that guy. So he will fire at that guy. Roach is equipped with that MP5 SD6. Same thing, he will do a rapid fire. Oh, 6, 2, and 1. So he have compact and red dot, but he doesn't have a grip, so I can't reroll any die. Compact and red dot +2 and -2 because of the automatic. That means that those numbers doesn't change. So that guard is a Raider Scav. So rolling for the first shot is a 6. Is an 11. I can't actually beat that. I can't actually... the enemy can't beat that. So the first shot is automatically a hit. Here we have a 7. So the enemy can beat that, however. So 4 plus 2 points of defense, that's a total of 6. I have a 7, that means that I'm automatically killing that guy. The first shot touches him, the second shot kills him. So now I'm going Ozone here, will fire at the guy next to under the patio. So Ozone is equipped with now his HK 416, so we'll do a double tap. Yes, double tap. Oh, 2 and a 1. Thankfully, he have a yes, he have a grip, so he can do a reroll when doing a rapid fire. Oh, that's bad. That's not good. So a 2 and a 1 plus 2 because of the accessory of the weapon, so +2 because of laser plus red dot, -1 because of the rapid fire, that's a total of +1. So here we have a shooting stat of 4, 5, 6, here we have a 7, and we have a 6 here. So rolling defense on the 7. 3, 4, 5, the enemy can't beat that, that first bullet touched him. Really? Like 4 plus 1, 5, 6, 7, that's a 7. The enemy have a defense of 2, plus 4, that's a 6. Yeah, let's actually maybe give 1 more point in defense because he's under that wooden shed, there is that wooden beam here. So let's say that, yeah, that shot here missed him. So now the second shot, that's a 2 plus 4, that's a 6. So 2 points in defense, plus 2, plus 1 because of the wooden beam, that's a total of 5. So that bullet touched him. Now checking lethality. It's lethal on a 4 plus. It's not lethal, checking casualty, checking the wound. A 2, it's a medium wound. A medium wound, model is stunned for 2 turns, -2 to the stats. So he is stunned and injured, so I'm just going to place that. And he's stunned for 2 turns. So that's it. I think I will have Archer here finish him off. So Archer is here. He will fire 1 shot with the Remington. A 2. He moved this turn, so -1 because of the long arm, but +2 because of the accessory, that's a total of +1, so that's a 3, plus a shooting stat of 6, that's a total of 9. The enemy have a defense of 2, plus 2, that's a 4, plus 1 because of the wooden beam, that's not enough, that means that bullet touch him. He's already injured, but just checking the lethality, 4, lethality 3 plus of that weapon, so that Scav is killed. So let's... that guy... is killed here. Oh, okay, so that's it for my combat. So that's it for my combat phase. Now we jump onto the enemy combat phase. So first off, we have one of the guard here. He's equipped with an AK-74. He will fire at one of those two. So 1, 2, 3 Scarecrow, 4, 5, 6 Roach. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Roach. He's firing at Roach. So 1, 2, 3 standard fire, 4, 5, 6 rapid fire, so he's doing 2 shots. Okay, a 5 and a 2 is a Raider Scav. Is a Raider Scav. So what do we have here? 4 plus 5, that's a total of... That's a total of 9. Checking defense for me, a 1, so that first bullet definitely touched me. For here we have 4, 5, 6. Checking defense for me. 5 plus my 2 points of defense, 6, 7. That second bullet doesn't touch me. So the first bullet touched me though. So let's check what is the injury. It's a 4 plus lethality round. So yep. Checking. A 12. So it's a lower torso heavy wound, but I have a body armor, so it switched to 11. Serious wound to the torso, stun for 2 turns, -2 to all the stats, 3 points of damage, 4 points of damage, and I'm bleeding out. I'm starting to bleed out. So it's Roach. So first, Roach is bleeding out. He have a lower torso medium wound. He is stunned. Okay, so let's bleed out. Injury. I'm going to leave that here because I have way too much stuff going on in that area. So, he's injured, he's bleeding out, stunned for 2 turns. Not very cool, not very cool. But that's it. That's it. The enemy doesn't have nothing else to do here. What we could do, like that scav was not looking, but that scav here is looking kind of at the door. So let's say that he will actually fire at Scarecrow. But because of the door, he will get a minus, let's say a -1 to his attack. So let's do 1, 2, 3 standard fire. So 1, 2, 3, it will be a standard fire. At 1, okay, I'm lucky on that one. So he's a scav. Shooting stat of 3 plus 1, that's a 4, but -1 because of the door, that's a total of 3. I have a defense of actually of 3, so I don't even need to roll anything. That shot missed me. Okay, so that's it for this turn. I have a pretty bad injury on Roach, but I'm still in the fight, I'm still okay. So that's it for this turn. Yeah, let's jump on to the next turn. Next turn we have a Fog of War card on a 4. A 2, no Fog of War card. So I'm jumping on to the movement. So I need to jump into that room. I need also to kill that scav. I need to heal myself. A lot of stuff to do. And also the placement token will move towards me. But first let's do that. So here Scarecrow has been shot at. He will just turn around and actually where could he go? Yeah, let's say that Ozone here will move to have line of sight on the inside. Archer will do the same here to have line of sight on that one. Scarecrow will just move here, and we have Roach here that will just enter Overwatch. And actually, before doing that, I need to check what the enemy will do if they are entering Overwatch or not. So this guy is entering Overwatch on a 5+, so not entering, and the 2-1 on the inside entering Overwatch on a 5+, so also not entering Overwatch. So that's cool, so I can do what I just did. I move that guy to have line of sight on this one, Archer have line of sight here, and Scarecrow is moving here to have also line of sight on anything that is moving inside. So that's it. Now, checking for the enemy. So that one, let's actually do the roll on the Zablan Doctrine. A 3 and a 6. A 3 and a 6, flank, move and shoot. So yeah, flank will be indirect pass, but they are already in contact toward the enemy, so if they want to flank, maybe they will just... Yeah, it's a bit hard, they are already in the middle of the gunfight, so maybe just moving away and trying to hide behind that, but as soon as they move away, it will trigger the Overwatch from Roach here. Roach is injured, -2 to all his stats, including his shooting, so 4. Actually, he's also stunned for 1 more turn, so, oh, I forget about that. His shooting is only 1. Shooting of 1 plus 4, that's a total of 5, -1 because of, so 3, 2, -1 because of the Overwatch. Yeah, that's a total of 4, right? So now checking defense for the enemy. 2 plus 2 points in defense, that's also a total of 4. So that I missed that shot and I have no one else looking at that enemy. That's perfect. Damn, what an idiot. So for the 2 guys inside, also just checking what cool the Zablan Doctrine gave us, a 4 and a 1. Careful, move and shoot. So they will just do a tactical movement, giving them a +1 to defense. So this one will just move towards the table. So yeah, that's it. We jump onto the combat phase. So first, Archer here will fire at that guy. That guy did a tactical move, he's also hidden a bit behind that. So let's say that he will have a +2 in defense. So instead of firing with the Remington, I'm going to just switch to my SIG P226. So I'm going to do 2 shots, 4 and 1. Oh. So -1 because of the rapid fire, +1 because of the compact. I have a shooting stat of 6. The first one is actually a 10. -2 because of the defense from the enemy and the cover, so that's an 8. If I roll a 6, oh, I missed that shot. Damn, I missed that shot. Now here we have 6, 7. Here we have a 7. 6, 5 because of the defense of the door and the fireplace, so we have a 5. 2 plus 2 points in defense, that's a 4. Oh, that bullet touched him. Checking lethality, please. 5 plus lethality. Please. Yes, 5. So the second bullet actually kills that guy. Now we have that one. I'm going to fire at him with him. Ozone also still have his 416, so he's doing a double tap. 6 and 3, not going to reroll the 3, that's already pretty good. +2 because of the accessory, -1, that's a total of +1. I have a shooting stat of 4, +6, that's a 10, +1 of the accessory, that's an 11. The enemy can't beat that. Here we have a 4, an 8. The enemy can only beat... actually, I forgot to remove 2 points because of the cover from the enemy. Oh, 11, 10, 9. Oh, the enemy still can't beat that. And here we have 3, 4, 8, 6. Here we have a 6. So the enemy roll a 3 plus 2 points in defense. That's a total of 5. So that first bullet touches him. That second bullet kills him. So that guy here is also killed. Okay, so that's it for my combat. I have Scarecrow here that could fire too, but he's just looking inside. So that means that it's the enemy combat phase. That guy here will fire at Scarecrow. So he will do 1, 2, 3, standard fire, 4, 5, 6, rapid fire, a 4 and a 2, rolling defense on the 4. So, E4 plus shooting stat of 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a 7. I have a defense of 3 plus 3, that's a total of 6. That first bullet touched me. Second roll, 3 plus 2, that's 5. 3 plus 2, that's 5. That second bullet doesn't touch me. Please not a lethal shot, please not. Oh, 14, that's a high number. 14. Okay, 14, upper torso heavy, but because I have a body armor, it switched to a 13. It's also a pretty bad wound. So, this guy starts to bleed out. He have a orange wound on the upper torso. Something I forget to do is check if that body armor is destroyed. It is destroyed on a 4+. A 3, it is not destroyed. Checking for this one. This one is destroyed on a 6. So also a 3, so those two body armor are not destroyed. So that's it. So this guy is injured, start to bleed out, and a white dice because he's stunned for 2 turns. Really not great. That's the end of that turn. Actually, what I also forget to do is move some enemy placement token towards me. So 5 placement token will move towards me. So you have this one that is moving 6 inches. This one. There is one in the back here. Oh, there is actually this one that will move here, and this one that will move in that area. Okay, so that's it for this turn. We jump onto the next turn. Next turn we have a Fog of War card on 3. 6, so Fog of War. Oh. A group of scavs enter the area from a random building or table edge. Roll randomly to determine point of entry. Place a level 1 enemy group. Okay. So first, 1, 2, 3, it will be from a table edge, and 4, 5, 6 from a building. 4, 5, 6 from a building. So it could be either that one, or that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5, 6 it will be here. So now let's check the enemy group. A 1, so it's just a single scav that move out of that building. So the building is over here, the entrance is here, the scav is moving out. So that's it for the Fog of War. We jump onto the movement now. End of my movement, so I have Roach here that is turning facing left, he is not stunned anymore. Scarecrow here is stunned for 1 more turn. And those 2 guys advance towards the enemy here. So Roach here start to bleed out. In 2 turns he will die, so we need to stop the bleed out. But there is too much enemy to deal with the token approaching for now. So that's it, and we have also Roach moving in to secure the scientist. So that's it for now. Yeah, that's it for now. For the enemy, let's say that this enemy will just move here, get cover from that, he will get a +1 because of that. And now for the other enemies, we have that token here that arrive. So let's first unveil the first token here. Okay, so we have one enemy here. What is it? A 6. A 6. A 6. Of course it's a 6. So 2 scav and 1 scav sniper. So let's place down that. Okay, so that's the 2 enemies that just spawn, and here on top we have 1 scav. So let's actually check if... yeah, actually this sniper could see my team on the interior. If I'm just checking, yeah, he can see actually Roach. So, for the enemy, for those two guys, what they will be doing? Checking on the Zablan Doctrine, a 3 and a 6. A 3 and a 6 flank move, and if line of sight, shoot. If they want to flank me, I think they are already in a pretty good position, so they will move one here, one will move here, and the sniper will remain up here. So that's looking really not good for me. Looking really not good for me. Actually, what I'm still going to do, I should have done it earlier, but did that guy... Yeah, I'm going to deploy a smoke. I know we are in the enemy movement phase, but yeah, sorry about that. I'm going to deploy a smoke with Roach. Roach is rolling 2 plus shooting stat of 5, that's a 7. That means that the grenade doesn't land exactly where he wants. He just wanted to throw it roughly over here. So let's check where the grenade will land. So 3 inches back. Where is my... Oh, let me take my smoke template. Okay, so here basically just failed throwing that smoke too far. Probably because he was just injured pretty recently. For the other enemy, how much enemy actually still move toward me? So 4. So we have that one that will move, we have that one that will move and be in the smoke. So let's place him over here. And let's say the last one will be this one that will arrive on the back here. Okay, so that's it. We jump onto the combat phase. So combat phase, we have Scarecrow here will fire at that enemy. Yeah, let's roll 1 dice. A 3 plus 3 points because of the accessory, that's a total of 6, plus a 4, that's a total of 10. The enemy can't beat that. Checking lethality, lethal on a 5 plus, okay, so lethal. Actually, you have a body armor, something I forgot to check before. So it's lethal on a 6, so that means that shot is not lethal. Checking the casualty, a 3, it's a pretty bad wound. No, it's not here, it's here. Serious wound. The model is injured and begin to bleed out and will die in 5 turns. And actually, since he doesn't have any pistol or sidearms, that guy, it's like he is killed actually. So this guy is down. That's it. Now. That's a very bad situation to be in. I will have Ozone here, fire at the most dangerous one, which will be the guy with the battle rifle here. So Ozone not injured anymore. What he will do though is just switch to... he's still injured, he's just not stunned anymore. He will switch to the H12. Yeah, H12 is really great for me. 5 plus 2 points of accessory, 7 plus 5, that's a total of 12. The enemy can't beat that. Lethality, 3, it's a 2 plus lethality, so that guy is killed right away by the H12. Team. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my combat phase. We need to check what's happening on the inside just after. But now we jump onto the enemy combat phase. We have that guy with the pistol that will either fire at me or either fire at Roach or Archer. So 1, 2, 3, it will be Roach. It's Roach again. Okay, so he's doing standard fire, 5. He have a shooting stat of 3, 5, 6, 7, 3. That's a total of 8. I could have one defense point because I am hidden behind that. 5, 7, 8. But that's still not enough actually. Let's roll. Yeah, that's still not enough. I'm injured by that bullet. Please, a really small number. Please, a small number. Oh, 4. I'm lucky. 5 plus lethality table, a 4. Oh no, actually not really great. It's heavy wound on the legs. Oh, and I'm stunned. Damn it. Okay, so heavy wound on the legs, and I need to bandage me twice. I'm bleeding out severely, so that's... Oh. Okay, that's it. That's it. Now we have the sniper on top. Of course we have that sniper. So you can see both Roach and Archer. So 1, 2, 3 it will be Roach, 4, 5, 6 it will be Archer. Of course he's firing at Roach. Okay, so shooting stat of 3 plus a total of 1, that's 4. 1 point also because you have the high ground, so 5. Checking defense now. Oh yes! So the sniper missed me, and now I know that he is here. So that's it for the enemy, so now we can check what's happening inside here. The Chemist Introduction Part 2. So when reaching out the room where the scientists were supposed to be prisoners, you quickly saw that was a trap. There was indeed someone wearing a Terra Group jacket, but as your team entered the room to free him, he pulled out a pistol and shot at one of your soldiers, injuring him on the leg with a medium wound. Your team managed to secure the enemy without killing him. After interrogating him and thoroughly searching him, you found the pass from the scientist that was indeed at the safe house. So it's indeed the vest from that scientist. But the scav admitted he found the jacket on a dead person. The scientist was executed probably by the bear team that raided our safe house. The scav just found the dead body and printed out this plan to try to gain some cash. Now you need to extract as quickly as possible, as the pistol shot probably will attract nearby scavs. Spawn 2 level 1 enemies at a random extract. They will move toward your current location. Okay, so that's that is really not cool. So basically here, that scientist, he was actually a scav. He pulled up a pistol, it fired at Ozone here. So Ozone is now injured on the legs. Actually, I just saw he was already injured on the arms. Forget to heal that. So he medium is orange. No, medium is yellow, so yellow wound on the legs. But we managed to secure him and knock him out, and he gives us those information. Okay, so it's really not great, and too many enemies to deal with right now. I don't know what to do. And there is new enemy that spawn. So let's check which extract they spawn. Entry number 5. So it will be at the end of that road. So 2 scavs. So this and that one. So 2 new scavs just appear here. Perfect. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this turn. We can jump on to the next turn. The next turn, Fog of War card on a 6. A 2, no Fog of War card. Yeah, let me pause the camera and think what I want to do, because I really need to heal that guy, stop the bleed out. I have lots of enemies to deal with. I have that sniper up front, on top. So yeah, let me pause the camera and think of that. Okay, so I move my team. I have Ozone that came out. He was injured on the legs, but he's still ready to fight. He's just looking in that direction. Roach here just entered to heal himself. We have Archer here that move next to that, looking at the sniper, and we have Scarecrow here looking on the right in case somebody arrives. So that's it for my turn. Now how many enemy will move toward me? So still 5. So this one here will just arrive in front of Scarecrow. So what do we have here? Okay, clear. So no one on that token. So this is good. So we have one token in the smoke. It just moved out of the smoke, arrives here. What do we have here? Clear also. So this is great. So next we have that token that move closer, that one, that move arrive here, but not in line of sight for now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, number 5. I don't have any other token. No. So that means that it will be this one here. So that's it for the enemy movement. We jump onto the combat phase. Combat phase, Ozone will fire at that guy with the pistol. Ozone will actually switch to his pistol. Oh, I'm running so low on ammunition. Doing double tap with the pistol. Oh, shit. Fuck. 2 and 1, +2 because of the accessory, but -1 because of the rapid fire, so that's a total of +1. So here we have a 3, here... Now here we have a 2, and here we have a 3. You have a shooting stat of 4, the enemy have a defense, let's say a +2 because of that. So here we have 4, 5, 6, 7. So let's say that here we have a 5 and a 4. Rolling defense on the first one, miss him. The second one, I also miss him. Perfect. So the 2 bullets miss him. Now Archer here. Archer will fire at the sniper. Archer need to switch to his long weapon again. So, -1 because of the long arm and -3 because he's switching back to a long arm. 2. Alors, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. That's a total of 4. That's a total of 4. So let's check defense for the enemy. 3 plus 2 points in defense, that's a total of 5. So I miss that enemy too. Oh my god, I just missed 2 enemies. So now here I have Scarecrow. Scarecrow will heal himself. So he will use that army bandage to stop the bleed out. And that's it. That's already it. He can only do that in that turn. And he can also reload his Chris Vector. Roach will do the same inside. He will use that Grizzly medkit here. That will stop the bleed out on 1 injury and it will heal him once. Okay, so that's it for this turn. For me, we jump onto the combat phase for the enemy. So the guy with the pistol will fire at me. So 3 minus 2 because of the dumpster, so that's a total of 1, plus shooting stat of 3, that's a total of 4. So I need a 4 plus my 3 points in defense. That's a 7, that bullet missed me. So now we have the sniper that will fire at... Let's say we'll fire at the guy that just fired at him, which is Archer. So sniper is firing. Ooh. 6, 7, 8, 9, 9. I can beat that only on a 6, I think. Ooh, yes, yes, yes. He missed me. Okay, perfect. So that buy me a bit of time. So that's the end of that turn. No more fight. We jump onto the next turn. Next turn, Fog of War card on a 5. A 3, no Fog of War card. Archer here won't move. focusing on the sniper. Scarecrow here will turn back and actually move behind the cover of that sofa here, that couch. Here we have Ozone. He actually won't move, he will stay here, Roach will stay here, yeah, nobody else will move. So that's it. Now for the enemy scav, let's say on a 1, 2, 3 stay here, on a 4, 5, 6 he move here. So 4, 5, 6 he move here. Now for the other token, we have 2 tokens that will arrive. So let's check what they are going to be. The first token, the closer one, is clear. The second one, four clear cards in a row. That's perfect. Okay, so those 2 tokens are clear. Okay, I might have a chance. I really might have a chance actually. Those 2 guys here are still moving towards me. Okay. We have still that one that is arriving again on the back. But yeah, that's the end of the movement for the enemy. We jump onto the combat phase. Combat phase first. Ozone here will turn, fire on that guy that will have a +1 in defense. So no more ammunition in the pistol. 5 and 1 +1 because of the accessory, so that's 6 + 4, that's a total of 10. -1 because of the cover, that's a 9. The enemy can't beat that one. Here we have 1, 2, 6, 5. We have a 5. Checking defense on the 5. 4 + 2 points of defense, that's enough to beat that. So, checking lethality on the shot that touch him. Lethal on a 5+, it's not lethal. Checking the wound. Okay, so it's supposed to be a 1. So he's just stunned. Merde. He's just stunned for 1 turn, so minus only 1 to all his stats. Now Archer will fire at the sniper. Sniper is firing his last bullet from the Remington. Ah yes, 6 + 6, that's a total of 12. The enemy can't beat that. Checking lethality, lethal on a 3+. It's a 2. Oh, it's a 2. Come on. Checking the casualty, the wound. A 3, it's again a pretty bad wound. He is serious wound, model is injured and begin to bleed out, so it's almost like he is killed because Scav doesn't have sidearms. So that's it. That's it here, that's it here. All the guys fired. Actually, no. Here, Scarecrow didn't fire. So Scarecrow doesn't have really line of sight on that enemy. So Scarecrow will heal himself. So he will heal him. Let me move the cards a bit. With the AI2 medkit here. Here we go. So he's just healing himself with that kit. Injury of 4 now. And inside we have a roach here that is again healing himself, removing the bleed out. And this is switching to a 3. The leg wound. Okay, so that's it. That's it. We jump onto the next turn. Next turn we start with a Fog of War card, now on a 4. A 1, no more Fog of War for now. Yeah, I will have Ozone. He's just pissed off. He doesn't have any more ammunition. He will just enter a melee fight with that guy. Next. Next, we need to move toward the extract now. So all the team will basically gather here. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. So that's the end of my movement. We can resolve the melee fight right here. So Ozone is starting the melee fight. 5 plus 4 plus 1 because he's starting the fight. That's a total of 10. Checking for the enemy, a 1. So the enemy really is killed right away in the melee fight. Just moving him over here because I'm going to move towards there. So that's it for the movement. Now we do the enemy movement. So this token here, this token is arriving here. So let's 1, 2, 3 will arrive here, 4, 5, 6 here. So 1, 2, 3 he will move up. So 6 inches will bring him over here, facing my team. So what do we have here? Ah, again a clear. Okay, so I probably have really good karma today. So that's it, but still we here have those two guys that will move towards the compound I'm currently in. We have that guy, let's say that he will be a sneaky one, he will just stay here because he heard all the gunshot coming from the compound. So we'll stay here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Do we have other enemy moving? We already have 3 enemy moving. 4, that means 1 more token will move. It could be that one here, moving towards me. So during my combat phase, I have no enemy in sight. I will keep healing myself here with that big med kit. I will also reload that weapon. I fired once with the H12, I'm going to reload the H12 too. Ozone will do the same. Actually, Ozone just fired, he was in melee combat, so he can't do that. Archer can reload though. Okay, and the rest is okay. So that's it for this turn. We jump onto the next turn. Next turn we start with a Fog of War card on a 1. 6 of course. Oh no, what the fuck is that? Select randomly one of your model. This model receive a wound. Roll a d20. Place a Scav Sniper on the ace point of the board that have line of sight on your injured model. Okay, so selecting the model first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to reroll. So it will be a 3, of course. It will be a Roach over here, which is already pretty badly injured. So Roach is hit by a sniper round. It's a 20. It's a 20. It's a freaking 20. 20 killed in action. And even though he have an helmet is just -1. Ah, come on. No. So basically we just had a sneaky sniper. So let's say it was him. Oh. So we had that guy just sitting maybe on the interior of that house at the window. He just fired and just killed a Roach. There is nothing I can do. Oh no. I'm disgusted right now. I feel so bad. I feel so bad, and yeah, that's in the movement phase. I don't even want to... you have the crazy cool medkit, you have the H12, that was really cool. Oh, damn it. Damn it. Okay, so yeah, that's the game, that's the campaign. He's killed. That was Fog of War. We jump onto the movement phase now. So, movement phase. Oh, what a nightmare of a mission. 6. So, the team start to advance here. All the guys will do a tactical move, giving them +1 in defense. Ozone here. Yes, he have a smoke grenade. So Ozone will try to land a smoke grenade just here. 2 plus shooting stat of 4. The grenade, of course, doesn't land where I want. So, oh, but it's just land 1 inch in that direction, so it's not that bad, it just lands over here. Oopla. Oh, damn it. So the smoke grenade just land over here. That's actually enough to cover me for now. That's enough to cover me for now. I'm not doing anything else. Actually, I might just throw some... Yeah, I'm not aware of those enemies for now. Or maybe I am because I just saw them here. Actually, those two will arrive just on the other side of the car. So maybe we could exchange some fire. I'm crouched behind, but I can just fire above the trunk of the car. So let's do that with Ozone, which of course doesn't have any more. No, so I can't. It doesn't have any more ammunition. 1 bullet in that weapon. That's... Yeah, he will just remain crouched behind the car and he will reload the weapon. And switch back to his primary. Like that. Ah, damn sniper. So he's just crouching behind the car. So we have those 2 enemies arriving. Let's say that they are just seeing something move, they are just spraying with their AK in the side of the car, trying to hit me, but I am behind the car, they can't really see and touch me. So that's it for this turn. The sniper here can't see me anymore, and he will probably don't see me anymore because of the trees here. So next turn, those are the enemy in Overwatch. So this one, not, and the sniper, not, and the 2 guys here, 6. So those 2 here are in Overwatch. Thankfully that one doesn't see anything because of the smoke. This one actually could see me moving. So here what I will do is do a standard movement. 6 inches will bring me over here, but in the middle here I will trigger the Overwatch from that guy. 2. Shooting stat of 2, that's a 4 minus 1 because of the Overwatch, that's a total of 3. Checking defense for me, a 5. The enemy miss me. So, standard movement, I have an agility of 4 with that guy. So I'm just running with that guy. Next, Scarecrow. Scarecrow will do the same thing. 6 will bring him over here, plus 4. It will be, yeah, just basically just next to Ozone. So they will just run toward the extract. And that's it. That's it. That's the end of that mission, which was not great. Not great. I lost Roach. I didn't even manage to loot him, so I'm losing all his gear. And I'm mostly losing 1 more man. I'm down to 3 soldiers. Ozone here, Archer, and Scarecrow. I have some medical equipment, so I will be able to heal myself. So let's actually do that. I'm going to, yeah, just to use some of the medical equipment I have left to heal myself. I use that grenade, so I'm going to remove that. So with that IFAK, I'm going to heal that injury on the arms, heal 1 on the legs. Actually, not on the legs, I will leave the injury on the legs. I'm going to heal twice Scarecrow here. So this is fully used. And here, do I have a medical item? Please tell me I have. Yes, I'm going to use that AI2 medkit to heal 1 on the leg here. And that's it. That's it for this mission. I didn't loot anything. the objective was a trap. I was just injured, and yeah, I think the Scavs did play very well that turn. They were just waiting for someone to arrive. They have a sniper on here, they have a sniper in the house. They just ambushed us. I managed to kill a lot of them, but yeah, I'm down to 3 men for the rest of my campaign. So that's it. Thank you everyone for watching that new video with me. And yeah, actually, let's jump to the outroduction of that mission. So, the chemist outroduction. After successfully reaching out the safe house, you are back left with Plan A and the intel from Jaeger on the possible camp location. But first, it's time to heal and rest. I actually unlocked the 2 new traders, so that's great. I'm unlocking Peacekeeper and Mechanic. With the amount of money I have, I might actually just enroll some Raiders or some Scavs, I'm not sure, or maybe even some PMC, just to power up a bit my team for the rest of the game, because I'm really low. But yeah, that's it. Thank you everyone for watching that new video, and I will see you all for the next one. Bye everyone.